Welcome back to Chaparral. You're here with co-editor Aisha Connor-Gated, and I'm joined by our fitness coordinator, Jason Plourde. Welcome again, Jason. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
Yes, hope you had a great break. We're back for spring 2024. It feels like we never left, but here we are. And so we really want to jump in and give updates, let people know what's going on. So our first kind of question. So what are some updates or news from either fall, winter, or both that you would like to share with the folks who read Chaparral?
Well, for the fall, very successful wellness program. I know one of the big things that people look forward to in the fall and the spring semester is the STEPS Challenge. We had a new overall STEP winner in the fall for the first time in probably the last 3 STEP challenges.
Wow.
It used to be, some people referred to it as the Beat Hoover
I
Steps
believe
Challenge.
he had record-breaking steps.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
And he was actually defeated this fall by Dio Sai, who actually is our women's tennis coach. And he made it a point, I guess, to beat Hoover, and he surpassed him in overall steps. So that was kind of fun. I kind of felt bad for Hoover because I know Hoover's very competitive, and I know that he's one of those people that's going to be retiring soon, and so I kind of felt bad for him. But
well, I mean, he's won quite a bit.
He has.
I think I don't think you ever have to feel bad for champions. Is that a thing? Okay.
Okay.
Yes, that's how I think about it. And Dio is great. If anyone has, hopefully you're going to the women's tennis matches and our men's. They're so good. But Dio is excellent. Such a nice guy. So I play tennis and I go over and chat with him. And so yes, great. So congrats to him as well. I wasn't aware that he won.
Absolutely,
so.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
As far as that, we had our standard wellness offerings. Then we got transitioned into the winter where we had a condensed version of the wellness offerings just because there's not as many people on campus and some people need a break. And then we're right back into the spring with everything, the opening of the fitness center for faculty and staff hours. You can also come during the student hours, which we have. We've got the yoga. We have the mindfulness Mondays. Zumba has been, that was one of the offerings that is specific to the Garfield campus, and trying to set that up for the spring was a little difficult. I guess the room that they typically do the Zumba is being repurposed for another, I'm not exactly sure. So the dates of Zumba used to be a weekly thing. Now we only have 4 sessions. So that was something that was a little disheartening. Because I know that the Garfield campus, they want to have wellness activities there too. So I'm gonna have to get with Deanna and figure out a way where we can make some things happen. So I want them to feel included,
Yes, they are absolutely a part of our campus. And so for anyone who's either listening or looking at Chaparral, if you have ideas or you're available and would like to participate or collaborate, I'm sure there would be. If
email
you yourself,
me and let me know.
Yeah.
I'd love to. I love hearing new ideas. Sometimes it's things that we can do or try out. Sometimes it's not quite feasible, but I do love the feedback, and I really appreciate that. So, and then what else do we'll have our Steps Challenge coming up, obviously. And that's kind of it. I mean, that's kind of how it's been. It's kind of hard to transition from, we go for all of fall, and then I normally end things right around finals time because everybody's kind of busy. And then there's that lull that we have, and then we get started with the winter, and then there's that give everybody a little time off, and then a little time off at the beginning of the semester. I'm talking actually to a couple of our wellness advocates to see if maybe instead of having that time off, maybe they can kind of step in and come in and open the fitness center, so that way it's there's not as many lulls, because everybody says, I was talking to John Queen at the end of the the fall semester. And he said, so we're going to be closed down for 3 weeks, right? And I said, yeah. He's like, my body's going to turn to mush.
That is accurate.
And
accurate assessment.
I completely understand, but like there's time where I need to take time off so I can get my classes ready and things like that. So, and I have a family and they miss me, and but if I could maybe possibly arrange it to where one of our wellness advocates can come in and, instead of, me not being there, maybe they can take over and just open the center. So that's kind of in the works for starting at the end of the spring semester and then the summer session. So we'll see. That's one of those things that people have mentioned, that whole, you got to stop for a little while. It's hard to get back into it. I'd rather just keep going. And I completely understand. So
yeah. And I'm glad to hear that the wellness advocates are kind of stepping in to support you all, because you are limited in the amount of hours that you can both do all the other things you do and then also provide this great support for us who are trying to kind of get our physical and mental act together by coming to the fitness center. And again, if you haven't been in there, I know a few faculty that I've talked to were, we actually did like a walking tour actually, where we went after a meeting and just went and saw it. Please stop by just to see. There's so many machines. They've reorganized the treadmill room, as I call it, because there's so many more things in there. There's a rowing machine. There's so many bikes. We do also have a weight room. Is that also?
We do have a weight room.
Okay.
There is talks right now. General population PE students aren't using the weight room because the numbers, when we did first open it up, the numbers were really low, so it didn't make sense to have an instructor down there at the time. Our numbers are getting a little bit better, so we're talking about possibly opening that back up to the general student population. So just like we would have student hours in the fitness center, we would have student hours in the weight room, and that would be available to our faculty and staff as well.
Wonderful.
I would love it to where we could get someone in the fitness center and someone in the weight room for faculty staff hours, but it's really hard because I can't be in two places at once. And that is something that also talking to wellness advocates about maybe doing, but it is also kind of hard because later in the day when faculty and staff hours would be best utilized, that's when our athletic teams are generally in there. So the scheduling is the hardest thing, really. So
scheduling and people power is all about the fitness program. So hopefully that can come together. I feel like we have so many people who lift and do, I feel like I know so many people who lift. I don't know why that is. I'm not particularly athletic in that sense where I'm like just deep into the culture. But so yeah, if you have these skills and you want to be a wellness advocate or support Jason and his program, please contact him. I think it's really important that we support each other because we all know how busy we are, but we want to provide these things to our community. And so yeah, it's another one of the benefits of being at GCC.
Yeah. And I don't think of it as my program. It's our wellness.
Our program.
It's our program.
Okay.
So it's there to benefit everybody.
Yes, that's a good way to frame it. So we've talked about so much in terms of the area specifically. We've got a challenge coming up, and now you've got like a new champion to beat. So this is the time to get excited about participating. In terms of your work here, Jason, not only with the fitness program but just in general, are there any other like areas that you're working on, or issues or events that you would like to talk about? Just in general, even if it's not guild specific, but just to let folks know if they can participate or show up for you or support our students in any way.
So the women's basketball team was just in the state playoffs, and I was able to go on Saturday and in the championship game. They won on Saturday to advance to the championship game, and the amount of faculty and staff that I saw at Mount SAC was trying to support. It was pretty awesome. It was great to see, Dr. Corner was there, Dr. Grice was there, a lot of the instructors from the kinesiology area, obviously, because we work with Joel, but there was people that I know aren't involved in athletics at all that were there to support, and it was really, really great. I think we filled. They have a 2-sided gym seating, and I'm pretty sure that our fans filled up one whole side.
Wow.
So that was pretty awesome. Unfortunately, they couldn't pull it out in the championship game, but I want to give props to Joel. He's done a great job as our women's basketball coach, as well as an instructor here at Glendale. Now that basketball's done, we're like full swing of things for spring sports, right?
Okay.
You got, baseball, softball, they're both doing well. Men's and women's tennis, like you said, they're both doing well. Track. Track is a little hard because I don't think we ever host a meet, or we do, but we're not hosting one this year. So it's a little harder to go out and watch them on our home field. But so yeah, get out and support athletics. They're all outside. The weather's starting to become beautiful. Enjoy some outside time. Walk around while you're watching a game or a match, and you can get some steps in that way. And you can walk the stairs while you're watching the tennis matches.
You should get double steps for that. That seems like a commitment. But yeah, I've had the pleasure of coming to some of the basketball games, I think, for the first time this year, and honestly seeing all the students and their families, but also I think, again, having been a student athlete, remembering what it's like to look out and see strangers rooting for you, it's a different feeling, I think, and our students, again, know y'all, so that makes the biggest difference, but also just seeing the numbers, it does help. There's something about someone feeling like they believe in you, right? And that's something that we continually want to give our students, not only in the classroom, but outside of it. So definitely suggest you go to any one of our fabulous sports, and those are received via email every time. We've got a full calendar of events. A lot of them are at GCC, so you're just a step away. If you need to grade and come, that's fine. Bring, your laptop, whatever. You can sit in the stands and do that work. It makes it a little less fun, but I understand if you have limited time. So speaking of that, is there one thing that you want Guild members to kind of look out for this spring in addition to our fitness hours? And we'll remind you of those as well. And then spring sports, which are upcoming for our students.
As far as the wellness program, we're pretty much status quo with our offerings. Like I said, if anybody's interested in possibly seeing something different, just email me. But we've got our, like I said, the Zumba, the limited Zumba, yoga, steps challenge, the faculty staff hours, which are 3:30 to 5 on Tuesday and Thursdays. You can use the center anytime it's open, though, and it doesn't just have to be limited to that. The fitness center is open from 8 to 1 Monday through Friday, and then from 5 to 7 Monday through Thursday. So those are the hours for that. Upcoming athletic events, I think there's a full slate today. There's baseball, softball, women's tennis, and then in the coming weeks you're gonna start seeing it's gonna be those kind of baseball and softball, and then both tennises are playing. So just check. Alex Leon does a great job sending out the calendar. So he sends out updated emails. Just check that and find a game or a match that you want to come to, and show up. The student athletes love the support, just like your students do in your class. So
that's a great point. Well, thank you, Jason. As always, we appreciate you speaking with Chaparral. I hope all the folks who are listening, watching, reading this issue come to the wellness program in the fitness center. Again, student and faculty hours are available. Come out for our athletic events, and honestly, just enjoy the spring. We hope that you're already having a great one. And if you have any questions, as always, you can reach us at chaparral@glendale.edu. Thanks for watching.